Good day, my fellow coffee lovers out there. I hope you're all doing well right now. It's me again, Jonathan Tancueco, your friendly barista at Starbucks 113 Pearl Plaza Pearl Drive. And welcome to our another episode of our virtual coffee tasting activity. So let me share to you that this virtual coffee tasting activity is for my step 3, activity 2, for my coffee master journey. So please allow me to share a cup of coffee to you that inspires and fuels my passion to become a future global coffee master in Starbucks. So let's start and enjoy our coffee tasting. But before we proceed to our agenda, let me introduce to you my coffee for today. The coffee that I'm going to use is none other than Starbucks Fairtrade Certified Italian Roast. This coffee is a dark roast coffee that came from the multi-region of Latin America and Asia Pacific, which has a medium body and low in acidity that undergone through wash processing method. Starbucks Fairtrade Certified Italian Roast gets its distinctive sweetness from the way it is roasted, from dark and darker still. This coffee has a flavor notes of somewhere beyond the caramel notes of our espresso roast, but short of smokiness that identifies our French roast. That is the sweet spot held by our Starbucks Fairtrade Certified Italian Roast. The flavor-like packaging of Starbucks Fairtrade Certified Italian Roast has a secret message of La Dolce Farniente, which, if translated to English, it simply means the sweetness of doing nothing. This has something to do with the experience you get when you visit Italy and see its people. They can sit the rest of their day by just having a cup of coffee outside their garden all throughout the day, doing nothing but feels more than complete. Just additional fact about Starbucks Fairtrade Certified Italian Roast, this coffee is roasted for about 12 minutes at 400 Fahrenheit temperature. So now, you know about the coffee that I'm going to use. So next is, let me share to you why I chose Starbucks Fairtrade Certified Italian Roast. Simply because it's related to the agenda that I'm going to tackle for this coffee tasting. It's all about Fairtrade. Remember our commitment? We aim to have a mutually beneficial partnership with coffee consumer and all people involved in the production of coffee. And with that, we are looking for 3 major things. First, is it good for the farmers? Second, is it good for our environment or in the planet? Third and lastly, is it good for Starbucks and for every coffee consumers? In Starbucks, we take a holistic approach to ethically sourcing coffee through responsible purchasing practices, farmer loans, and forest conservation program. We measure and ensure we continue to set the bar high and meet our own goals. But what is our main goal? We aim to have a 100% of our coffee certified or verified by an independent third party, and one way is partnership. We can do it alone. Our relationship is very important. That's why we partner in different third party to ensure the high quality of coffee we serve, and one of this is the Fairtrade. But what is the meaning of Fairtrade? Fairtrade is the most recognized and highly respected ethical standard, and It's the mark that resonates most significantly with our customers in its work to help coffee farmers earn a sustainable living. But wait, I think it's more fun and interesting when we talk about Fairtrade with a cup of coffee. So, let's start to brew our very own Starbucks Fairtrade certified Italian roast. So in this coffee tasting activity, the brewing equipment that I'm going to use to brew our Starbucks Fairtrade certified Italian roast is the French press brewing method. What I like in this brewing equipment is its ability to highlight the body of the coffee. So now, let's start preheat our French press. So I will put a little bit of hot filtered water on the side of the French press. And leave it for a second. So after a second I will start to remove the hot filtered water on the French press. And then next, I will start put the 30 grams of Starbucks Fairtrade certified Italian roast on the French press. So next is I will pour 18 ounces of hot filtered water on the French press. I will make sure that all the grounds are wet. Then the next thing that we will do is we will wait 4 minutes to brew our coffee.
A few minutes later.
So I'm back. Since our 4 minutes is done, let us now press our freshly brewed coffee. So guys, since we have our freshly brewed coffee, let's now taste our very own Starbucks Fairtrade certified Italian roast. So I have here my mug. So this was also a Starbucks Italian roast mug. And just a nice to know fact that I actually got this when I'm awarded as the partner of the quarter during the second quarter of fiscal year 2020 in Starbucks Pearl Plaza Pearl Drive. And I want to share this in every partner because I want to inspire and I want to advise that keep the passion burning so that you will get a mug like this. So guys, I will start pour the freshly brewed Starbucks Fairtrade certified Italian roast. So first, let's smell the aroma of the coffee. So as I smell the aroma of the coffee, it is evident that it has a smoky aroma and also a roasty sweet. So the next thing that we will do is to slurp the coffee. As we always say, when we slurp the coffee, the louder, the better. Cheers guys! So when I first slurped the coffee, I experienced a low in acidity of the coffee. So let's slurp again. It's very approachable and easy to drink because it has a medium body in the coffee. So let's now slurp again when we taste the flavor of the coffee. As I experience here, it is evident that it has a sweet like caramel flavor of the coffee. And also a nutty flavor. I think it's because it's from the region of Latin American region. So since we already taste our very own Starbucks Fairtrade certified Italian roast, so now I just want to share more about Fairtrade and why is this important and what are the difference and similarities between the coffee practices and Fairtrade. I will share to you with a cup of freshly brewed Starbucks Fairtrade certified Italian roast. So Starbucks began purchasing Fairtrade certified coffees in the year 2000. Also, we are the largest buyer of Fairtrade certified coffees in the whole world. So we share also our common goals with the Fairtrade movement to improve the livelihood of the coffee farmers, their families, and their communities. Remember, we created the Coffee and Farmers Equity Practices, or simply means the coffee practices, because we couldn't find one certification system that met our goals. We wanted something more holistic than Fairtrade and organic certification. Remember also that coffee practices is not a certification system. It is a program of continuous improvement open to our supply chain, which is made up of farms of all sizes. While in Fairtrade, it focuses exclusively on small farms that organize into cooperatives. But I just want to share to you guys the similarities between the coffee practices and the Fairtrade coffees. In coffee practices has a quality prerequisite and in Fairtrade does not. But all the Fairtrade certified coffees we purchase do meet our quality requirements. So that is why Starbucks doesn't have more Fairtrade coffees, simply because it cannot fill the demand of coffee in Starbucks because of our size. We must buy from the coffee farms of all sizes, while Fairtrade focuses only on the small farms that are organized into cooperatives. So to get to more understand about Fairtrade and why this is important, I just want to share this short video clip to you guys.
This is Ngala. His family has been growing coffee in Ethiopia for a long time. Ngala doesn't always make a lot of money when he sells his coffee, because his neighbours sell it too. So it is very competitive, and they don't always make money either. If Ngala has a bad crop of coffee due to drought or diseased plants, if he is unable to sell his coffee or doesn't get a lot of money for his crop, he can't afford to send his children to school, buy food or medication for his family, or purchase more coffee trees. A buyer comes to visit Ngala and tries to get as much coffee as he can for not very much money. The buyer then sells it and puts it on a ship to be transported, roasted, and made into coffee by big companies. This is the same for all Ngala's neighbours and friends. So, Ngala and his friends decided to all join together and sell their coffee. in what is called a cooperative, which sells direct to the big companies. They can also make their own coffee brand and sell it direct to the market and Fairtrade stores in order to make even more money. This means that Ngala and his friends have enough money to eat, send their children to school, pay for medication, upgrade machinery, and buy more coffee trees. It also means that they can buy things for their town and help their community. So how can you help Ngala and his friends? Look for this symbol on any coffee and this will help people like Ngala. It's not just coffee either. You can help people who sell cocoa, cotton, bananas, soccer balls, almost anything that has a Fairtrade symbol on it. So remember, when you purchase a product with the Fairtrade symbol, you won't only be changing Ngala and his friends' lives, but also millions of other people around the world.
So that's all for our virtual coffee tasting activity. I hope you enjoy our coffee tasting and learn more about Starbucks Fairtrade certified Italian roast and our topic itself about Fairtrade. So the next time that you will see or buy a Fairtrade sign like this, you will not just buy for nothing because you will help our coffee farmers, their communities, our environment, our company, and lastly, our coffee consumers around the world. So thank you and stay safe, guys.